Madam Speaker, somebody next to me just put on a blouse
are you on a
and now
point of
pointing
order?
finger on me, Madam Speaker. Protect me, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, protect me.
Honorable Ngeta.
Madam Speaker, protect me. Somebody cannot put on a blouse then pointing finger on me, Madam Speaker. I have a tie and I got
Honorable Ngeta.
Madam Speaker, protect me kindly.
I've
Speaker, Mochele and Ojemo here, Madam Speaker.
I've heard you. Resume your seat. Proceed, Honorable Boyton.
Sometimes, Madam Speaker, it perplexes the mind of the learned people when a serious motion is being tabled in the House and a senior member brings jokes on the floor of the House.
Honorable
Madam
Ngeta,
Speaker,
kindly be orderly.
I'm safe, Madam Speaker. Thank you for your protection.
Proceed, Honorable Boyton.
Madam Speaker, as I was saying earlier, that the presence of the governor cannot be felt effectively at the village unit. And that is why I support that the reinstatement of the village units led by the village administrator should be put back in place, but the due process must be followed. Madam Speaker, as we are all aware that at the moment we are struggling with issues of upgrading our wards in terms of service delivery. One of the people who could have even advocated for the members of the county assembly and wrote effective letters to the governor are the village administrators. Because they are the smallest and the last unit as the eye of the governor. Of course, Madam Speaker, as I said earlier, we may not be here in fourth assembly, but God willing, and I pray that most of us be here in the fourth assembly, so that we will stand tall and let Kenyans know that we wanted the county government through the department to enact proper laws that will protect the process of putting village administrators in place. Madam Speaker, I know the village administrators are watching us. The ones whose term ended. And I repeat, this assembly is not in war with the village administrators whose terms expired. If laws are put in place and need be there for them to be reinstated, the process will start again and eligible candidates will take the positions. I want to support because I know the importance of the village administrators if put in place. Be they be on contract basis or be they be on permanent basis, that is not the thing. But the bottom line is that we have village administrators at our ward levels. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Nyauke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to support this motion And Madam Speaker, the intent of this motion is very important to Kisumu County as a whole. Madam Speaker, just as my fellow colleague has mentioned, Honorable Ratib Boyton, the issue of village administrators has been a thorn in the flesh for some times because of misunderstandings here and there. And Mr. Speaker, the prayers that have been put in this motion are seeking nothing else but to cure the problems that we have been having. Madam Speaker, it should go on record that it is not this assembly which declared this, the Constitution, Section 10 of the amendment as unconstitutional, but it was expressly given here by Justice Nzioka, who did say categorically, or who did rule categorically, and declared Section 10 of the Amendment and Act unconstitutional, null, and not only null, also and void. Madam Speaker, we, at the moment, particularly those who had gotten used to working close to the village administrators, we miss them so much that there's a lot of work that we used to cooperate with them. Madam Speaker, now it forces me to go up to the level where the village administrators were supposed to go. Madam Speaker, the approval of this motion now will set the path that is going to cure all these problems. And Madam Speaker, I beg to support.
Honorable Obasa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate that. Madam Speaker, let me start by commending the committee for this well-thought idea. Secondly, Madam Speaker, village administration was the lowest structure of county governance system, and it serves as important aspect to the governance process of this county. Thereby, Madam Speaker, if the Kenyan Court of Law, declared section of that act unconstitutional, then I think it's upon us, we as members of County Assembly, to bring back the act and amend that section so that we have a smooth running of the whole system of governance. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I support the motion.
Honorable James Omolo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, first of all, I want to thank the committee of JLAC for bringing this motion to us so that we can deliberate on it. Madam Speaker, those who did the Constitution 2010 really envisioned how the county government structures should be up to the lowest grassroots level and the reason as to which it should be like that. And it is for our own good and for the good of the people of Kenya. So as a county, I want to say that bringing this motion will really enhance our being felt on the grassroots using the structures which were availed by the Constitution of Kenya. And it is upon the House to approve this so that we realize all this. Madam Speaker, when the executive is implementing projects in our wards, various wards, for those of us who are elected, there has been a difficulty because the village admins are not there, neither the village councils, neither the ward committee. So I think it is upon us now as a house to do the necessary amendments and to amend as to where we should really have these structures to be available for our wards. And if we do that, I think things will be smoothly running in our wards. It is very difficult now, right now, for the only administrators, the ward administrators, to do all the functions for the village council. They do the function for the village admin, and they do for everything entailing the ward. So I think it is high time that we approve this motion so that we do all these amendments that the chair JLAC has proposed, so that things can really move. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Oko.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker,
Kindly, Honorable Nyauke, occupy majority leader seat. Proceed, Honorable.
thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the post of the village admins and the village councils are provided in law. And many a times, Madam Speaker, it has come to the notice of some people that the County Assembly of Kisumu is fighting for the abolition of this kind of posts. Madam Speaker, what is created by the law of the land, the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, we have no powers to interfere with that. But Madam Speaker, we are given the opportunity to regulate, to make regulations on operations of this kind of acts by the county assemblies. Madam Speaker, any law made by the county assemblies which is in conflict of the law of the land has been pronounced by the judge is null and void. It is our duty as the members of the county assembly who are in charge of legislative and some other functions to do what is expected by amending all those that are fighting against the law of the land. So, Madam Speaker, our work here really is to make the laws which are not in conflict with the Constitution of Kenya, 2010. Madam Speaker, for that reason, I stand here to support the motion that we have to sit down as members of the County Assembly and amend as directed in line with the Constitution of Kenya. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Sakoko.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me start by appreciating my colleague, the chair of JLAC, Honorable Chele, for bringing this forth to this assembly for discussion. Madam Speaker, amending the Village Unit Act, I think is something which should have been done even before. But because of the ruling which was made, it has now come to this assembly that we really need to amend this. And I don't think we are late. Madam Speaker, for the spirit and the letter of Constitution 2010 to be realized, we must have the village admins. For the work of the governor of the great county of Kisumu to be realized, Madam Speaker, we must have the village admins. Even for us, the honorable members, to let the constituents of our wards understand and feel what we do as the legislators of this assembly. Madam Speaker, I want to say the village admins must be there. And in that regard, Madam Speaker, I want to concur with my colleagues by saying we need to amend this because, Madam Speaker, the third assembly, which has the good and capable members who are ready to work for this county of Kisumu, cannot stay back and see the village administrators not doing their roles in their designated areas. And it is very, very sad, Madam Speaker, that the village administrators could not proceed because their contracts were over. And Madam Speaker, I want to put this very, very clearly, as some of my colleagues have mentioned, that most of village administrators who maybe were talking or maybe were discussing their issue with other people who are not in this assembly thought we, the third assembly members, were out to make them jobless. Madam Speaker, these are our people. These are our brothers and sisters. These are our voters, Madam Speaker, to be specific. And we cannot keep quiet when our brothers and sisters are jobless. And Madam Speaker, I want to say this, and with a lot of sadness in my heart, that we are here. And Madam Speaker, as the chair of a very important committee, that is the labor, I cannot be party to make other people jobless. So, Madam Speaker, allow me to be with my colleagues who have supported this motion and say, let us amend this village unit so that we can be also seen as people who want the devolution to be realized in its fullest. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Mildred Ajumbo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Observe the...
Madam Speaker, thank you for not having made Honorable Ngeta feel like he's a senior member. Madam Speaker, I want to add my voice to the debate on the Village Unit Council on the importance to go to and amend the Act. And it's very important, Madam Speaker. We know the roles that were played by the village administrators, coordinating activities at the village level and assisting in developing and also implementation of policies at the village level. There's a very big vacuum at the moment, Madam Speaker, at the village level, from the time that the village administrators' contract ended. We feel it on the ground as elected, even as nominated members, because many times when we are going for public participation, our village administrators were very active, and even in terms of monitoring and reporting of the projects on the ground, it was very effective, Madam Speaker. this financial year, Madam Speaker, I want to say that we've really suffered in terms of the projects, because when a project comes to the ground, the village administrators would mobilize. They would mobilize people to come for even that project handover or takeover. And you'd find people coming in large numbers. But currently, as we speak, at the village level, you hardly find people coming, even for public participation, because they used to mobilize at the village level. Remember, we have 2 villages. So as we speak, we combined 2 villages, which is quite hard in terms of public participation. I want to support that the village administrators, they are very key in implementation of projects at the village level. And the vacuum that has been left by them is felt. And it is important that this assembly ensures that before we reach 2027, let us ensure that the village administrators, they are employed, whether on permanent basis, but we cannot leave a vacuum the way it is right now, Madam Speaker. I stand to support. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Ngeta, I know you are a senior member of this Honorable House, but I had to consider gender as well. Proceed. Honorable Ngeta, it is your turn. I've noticed you, Honorable Millicent Omuya.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support the motion before us, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, first and foremost, let me just congratulate the ABO Chair and the ABO team for the job well done, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Village Amendment Act 2024 is key to this great county of Kisumu, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we can realize how the work of executive are being scribbled on the ground, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, there's a gap, and we can realize it since we had this village admins on the door, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, at times it's good to do the right thing in accordance with the laws of the land, Madam Speaker. And the Constitution 2010 stipulates clearly that we have 2 levels of government, county government and the national government, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we have realized what the village admins have done in this great county, Madam Speaker. And I want to urge this House that we pass this bill before us and we move forward and we be focused. I want to appreciate my brother, this Raonyadundo here, my boy whom I nurtured a long time ago. I'm the one who took him to the church. I've struggled with this boy, Madam Speaker, for him to just come here and do the right thing. When he was doing it the opposite side, Madam Speaker, I felt betrayed. But now I'm a happy man, as a godfather, as his supervisor, and as his...
Point of order,
Madam Speaker, don't...
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
I don't want to be...
Point of order,
Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Okoyo.
Madam Speaker, sometimes I wonder where some honorable members originate from. I have not seen or heard any honorable member here called boy. And I wonder where we only have boy, but he's called Boyton. So if he's referring my colleague and friend as a boy, then I think that is demeaning and I would want him to withdraw. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, sometimes we can avoid shenanigans and those will abuse, Madam Speaker. The person whom I am talking on is here. He's here, he could have just stand for himself. Let no one stand on behalf of someone, Madam Speaker. let's just be focused. And I want to
Point
say,
of order, Madam Speaker.
I want to say, Madam
Honorable
Speaker,
James Omolo,
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. I think it is really
resume your seat, Honorable Ngeta.
it is really demeaning when an honorable member is given platform to say a very serious thing. Then, when he's told to apologize, he still insists on the same thing. It's really incorrigible. I think Honorable Ngeta is becoming really uncouth in this house. He should really say the right words in this house. And it is not only today. Even right now, when you are seated here, he just mentioned something out of order. We are not doing anything with Honorable Chele to him, but he came from nowhere. I think Honorable Burton noted. So he's a joker. He should even be kicked out of this house. Thank you,
Madam Speaker.
Honorable Ngeta,
Yeah, let's stick to the point and let's stick to the debate, Madam Speaker.
stick to the
Let
debate.
Point of order,
Madam
Madam Speaker.
Speaker, we don't want those
Point
who are
of order,
making
Madam
noise.
Speaker.
Let him go and make noise outside.
Point
Let
of
him
order, Madam
debate.
Speaker.
We don't want
Madam
to
Speaker,
debate.
point of order.
Madam Speaker, let me talk.
Order. Honorable Ngeta.
Somebody who did it like
I wanted to direct that Honorable Ngeta, you stick to the debate, not dwelling so much to the move of the motion. And you summarize.
I apologize. There's no boy here.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Ochele.
I think Honorable member for Awasio Njiko is excited. I think he's gotten some bread because his behavior since he appeared in this house is one thing, and is unlike him. Today, I think he has something extraordinary. He has said good words about me, except saying that I'm a boy. I'm a father of 9, 8 boys and 1 girl. I have 2 women. A boy can't do that. So I'm requesting this Honorable House and the Chair to reprimand Honorable Ngeta to withdraw that comment on boy, because I'm a functioning man. He's a husband to 1 wife, a father to 3 children. He can't compare himself with me in terms of manhood. So, Madam Speaker, as much as you are restricting him to be within the debate, but I want him to withdraw that sentiment of a boy. I'm not a boy. Thank you.
Honorable Ngeta, kindly withdraw and apologize, and you summarize. You conclude.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the last opportunity, because I think this is the last opportunity you are giving me to. Madam Speaker, I want to say categorically that Honorable Chele is my friend, is my village mate. We grew up together. I taught him so many things. I taught him in the town. So he's my friend, and I've said that he's
Madam Speaker, point of order. Madam Speaker, point of order.
I apologize.
Honorable Ngeta, resume your seat.
I apologize on that thing.
Madam Speaker,
Resume your seat.
point of
It's
order.
my chance, Madam Speaker. It's my time, Madam Speaker.
Resume your seat. Resume your seat. Honorable Ngeta, it seems you like points to put across, yeah. So I'll give opportunity to another debater who is ready. Yeah. Yes.
Madam Speaker, we can't let this go just like that. Madam Speaker,
Honorable Okoyo, I've ruled on that. We proceed.
So in conclusion,
Honorable
Madam
Ngeta,
Speaker,
I've not given you
I
permission.
support the motion.
No. Resume your seat. Yes, Honorable Millicent Omoya.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm also standing to add my voice in supporting the motion. And I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the committee of JLIC. Basically, I want to say that we've started moving on the right direction. remember we had the village admins who are working illegally. Because when you go into the constitution is saying that when we have the village admins, the village council must be there. But the admins worked and their contract ended without village council. I can say that we are all in support of implementing what the constitution was saying. And in the constitution, the smallest unit of administration is village admin. I'm in support of the motion because I would wish that it is implemented. And it is important that it should be implemented procedurally. I support. Thank you so much.
Honorable Kennedy Ajwang.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, going by the mood of this House, may I invite the mover to reply?
Honorable Moses Chochel.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in my life in this House, I've never witnessed a popular motion like the one we have today. And I think because of the popularity of the motion, my very able friend and age mate was a little bit agitated. He is overexcited because this motion indeed is in his favor. And Madam Speaker, may I take this chance specially to thank all the honorable members who have contributed and given very nice words towards the passing of this motion. And those who have not gotten a chance to speak, Madam Speaker, seeing their mood, I think they are in tandem with what honorable members have debated today. And Madam Speaker, the gist of the motion is amendment to amend the Kisumu County Administration Village Units Amendment Act 2024 and Kisumu County Public Participation Act 2015. And I've noted, Madam Speaker, that honorable members are biased towards one part of the motion touching on the village admins and speaking very less words on the amendment of the Kisumu County Public Participation Act. And Madam Speaker, I think the mood of members is that they are missing their brothers. We are missing our brothers, the village admins. Madam Speaker, the word out there is that these honorable members are at war with the village administrators. We are not. Madam Speaker, I'm privy to the list after the shortlisting, after the interview